Keldon Johnson is one of the best young up-and-coming players in the NBA that is not a high first-round pick and has experience that no other player at his age in the NBA has, and that is that of an Olympics experience this past summer. And so after having very limited role in his rookie year and jumping into the starting lineup in his second season, and now the experience of the Olympics and more minutes and a bigger role for him to jump into at San Antonio with DeMar Derozan and Rudy having left the team, everything is in line for Keldon Johnson to continue to improve this upcoming season in an even grander fashion than he did from year 1 to year 2, and really show the greater NBA world that Keldon Johnson is going to be a very good player for the San Antonio Spurs moving forward, and one of the most important pieces of this young core as they start the new era of San Antonio Spurs basketball. With that being said, if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But let's go ahead and let's talk about Keldon Johnson and the expectations that I have for him for next season. So as previously mentioned, Keldon Johnson was not a highly rated or highly hyped prospect coming into the NBA. He came in at 19. After 1 year at Kentucky, was a 29th overall pick, another late first-round pick by San Antonio that they end up churning out very well by the looks of it. And he didn't play much in his rookie year. He only played 17 games, playing in limited minutes, although in very good production and efficient production when he played. But Trey Lyles was the starting 4, DeMar DeRozan was the starting 3, and Keldon Johnson didn't really see too much minutes in behind them. But last year, in the 2020-21 season, DeMar DeRozan slipped to the 4, Keldon Johnson started at the 3, and he really got the minutes. He got much more consistent playing time in that starting lineup, starting 67 of the 72 games throughout the season, and really showed that he can be a solid player on both ends of the ball, being a solid physical defender, someone who has shown a bit more of an ability to play make than he did in year 1, although not an amazing one, but someone who could develop into someone who can be a respectable playmaker, someone who can be a solid defender, and can also be a good rebounder, especially for the small forward spot, while also having the ability to be a good three-point shooter and attack the rim. Keldon Johnson is a very good, well-rounded player, and at hardly the age of 22, as he will turn 22 and around the beginning of the season, he still has a lot of time and a lot of years to continue to improve and show his brilliance in the NBA. I do want to go back on the fact that he did play in the Olympics this past summer with Team USA. Now, of course, he was not a super important part of the team. He was not playing 30-plus minutes a night for them by any stretch, but even just being there and having that experience cannot be understated for a young, mature player like him to have that experience, to continue that growth, to be around that level of talent for a few weeks and soak in that experience is going to be extremely valuable for him on a young team that can use that leadership on and off of the court. I expect Keldon Johnson to have a very good year this year. Point blank period. DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay are no longer on this team. DeMar DeRozan took 15 shots per game last year and Rudy Gay took 10. That is 25 shots per game of offense that need to be replaced on the San Antonio Spurs team, and I expect Keldon Johnson to pick up a part of that. Now, sure, there are a lot of young players on San Antonio that are going to pick up the pieces and that could have breakout years. There was no doubt about that. Derek White is still there and could continue to improve. DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell. Lots of these players I have already talked about. I will continue to talk about more of them throughout the offseason because I think there are a lot of breakout candidates for the San Antonio Spurs team. But I think Keldon Johnson is definitely one of the most interesting and appealing ones. Keldon Johnson shot about 48% from the field last year, which is quite efficient for someone in year 2. His three-point efficiency did drop, but I expect that he can continue to improve on that and continue to get closer to his efficiency from deep in year 1. Probably not near that because he shot a ridiculous 59% from deep in year 1, but he fell down to 33% last year, and I expect he can climb back up closer to 40 over the next couple of years, being a good floor spacer at the 3 spot. Not necessarily someone at this point in time in career who's creating his own shot and hitting contested off the dribble threes, but can hit good catch and shot open threes for you moving forward. Keldon Johnson's impact on the defensive end is also very strong and also can't be understated. At 220 pounds, he is very much a strong small forward. At 6'5", you can say he's definitely a bit undersized in the height department, but that doesn't really show in his game. He's very physical. He has that size to be able to be very commanding with his strength at the smaller forward spot, and is someone that I consider to be a fairly good defender for his position, especially this early on in his career, and I don't doubt that he will continue to improve in that area moving forward. The biggest thing for him is being able to improve his offense off of the dribble and be able to attack the rim with more efficiency, with more consistency, and to be able to develop especially a bit more of a mid-range game, probably the biggest lack in his offense at this point in time, in that shot creation in the mid-range area. Now, whether he does that this year or it is more of a gradual progression over time remains to be seen. I have no doubt that he can improve in that area, but as mentioned, there are a lot of shots available, a lot of scoring opportunities available for the San Antonio team this year, whether this is with Keldon Johnson at the 3 or at the 4. This year it'll likely be at the 4. At 6'5", he will be undersized, but he has the strength to do it, and I think offensively he'll have the speed to be able to take advantage of some slower 4s throughout the league. With the San Antonio Spurs not really having any young talent at the 4, but Devin Vassell being able to play at the 3, I think Keldon Johnson will slide to the 4 this year and do absolutely brilliant. I expect all of his numbers off the board, across the board to jump, and alongside that, I think his efficiency will increase for the most part as well. I think we'll see more rebounding numbers from him. I think we'll see his playmaking improve this year as well, with the ball more in his hands on the offensive end in more important scenarios and scenarios where he has to play make or create his own shot more. It'll definitely be a learning curve for him this season, and there's no doubt going to be some struggles, but I have no reason to believe that Keldon Johnson can't be one of the pieces that improves for San Antonio this year and really picks up some of the pieces that are left behind with the departures of DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, and to a lesser extent for his position, Patty Mills. That is my thoughts on Keldon Johnson so far in his NBA career, the importance of him in the Olympics, and him moving forward on what is going to be a very fun and exciting San Antonio Spurs team this upcoming season. But with that being said, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think Keldon Johnson can do for the San Antonio Spurs team. I know there are a lot of different people that think different players are going to be the lead breakout guy for the San Antonio Spurs next year. I personally don't think Keldon Johnson's going to be the biggest breakout guy for the San Antonio Spurs, but I have no doubt that he is going to improve alongside many of the other young players for San Antonio and is going to be an important piece for them moving forward in this next post-Greg Popovich era when he inevitably does leave. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my thoughts on other things, player expectations and predictions for rookies and young players across the league, and be sure to click the box on the right. And if you want to hear my thoughts specifically on DeJounte Murray, then be sure to click the box on the left. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.